A yeast or fungus infection is very difficult to tackle. It can cause a lot of pain and unease to the sufferer. Patients suffering from this infections tend to do anything to get rid of yeast infection. There are various treatments and medicines that are suggested by doctors for the treatment of the infection, but all a patient really requires is a good old yeast disease infection home remedy. Nature's gifts can be effectively utilized and made use for the cure as a yeast or fungus infection home remedy. White vinegar can help in relieving a person of the infection of yeast by acting as an effective home remedy. Containing a good amount of organic acids in it, white vinegar is a natural microorganism fighter. It is also used for the treatments of many infections apart from the infection of yeast. Its antiseptic properties enable it to fight against the microorganisms and make itself known as an excellent yeast infection home remedy. The application of the vinegar for the treatment of yeast or fungus infection is quite simple. You just have to apply it onto the affected areas regularly until and unless your infection disappears. For a more effective approach, the vinegar can be blended with other ingredients to make a perfect yeast infection home remedy. But for a better mixture, an adequate amount of liquid should be added so that the added ingredients mix readily. Water can also be used as a medium, in which you can mix the ingredients for this amazing yeast disease infection home remedy. Just use the liquid for a couple of times in the day on regular basis by just applying it onto the yeast infection infected areas. After some time, you are very likely to notice a drastic change. In case of an attack of the infection of yeast on the masculine gender, the treatment is just as easy and the solution is just as simple: white vinegar. The vinegar should be applied to the affected part by soaking some cloth with the liquid and then placing it on the affected area for some time. For more of an effective and convenient approach, people mix the vinegar into water and then submerge their affected parts into it. White vinegar serves as a great yeast infection home remedy. Apart from its great qualities, its convenient usage make it popular in the world of infection home remedies. If you are suffering from the infection and you want to get rid of it quicker than you ever thought possible, without using any medicines, without applying any creams, even if you are suffering from the severest form of the infection, you can get rid of it in dream time. Above is one of the best home remedy that people all around the world is sharing. It can definitely soothe your condition significantly. However, it is not the best option for you to completely cure yeast disease infection. If you want to know more about the most recommended yeast infection home remedy that completely cured me, you should read on. Personally, I was tortured by oral yeast infection for years. It was the worst experience I had in my life. I feel not physically hurt but also mentally irritated by this awful infection. After trying for so many treatments without getting good result, I was depressed. It was so lucky for me to accidentally come across this awesome yeast infection home treatment system that completely helped me to get away from infection. It is not an overnight miracle pills or medication. You need to put in effort to get the optimized results. Hence, if you want to get your life free from infection, please be ready to commit your time and effort in this highly recommended yeast infection treatment. I have put the link in description below. If you like this video, please subscribe the channel.